new Sudoku Guys Sudoku solving stream. I'm ready to do some Sudoku, ready to have some fun. I've got some good ones lined up for tonight, so sit back and enjoy. Or, you know, don't sit back and help me out. I do really enjoy solving these together. So I have a good lineup today. I'm just gonna continue what I've been doing for the last couple weeks. I have this this 1 week from Grandmaster Puzzles. Thomas Snyder is the author, and then I'm gonna go to the Pentakaideka puzzle. And I should check. I should cite the author really. It's Rakesh Rai. It's with the India Sudoku puzzling group. So, but first let's do the Thomas Snyder ones. The theme here is Big X. I mean, I guess it's, you know, X-shaped, right? The clues. This is a classic Sudoku, so if you're here, you're likely familiar with how Sudoku works, but just in case you aren't, let me remind you. If you aren't, then please, welcome. Join the club. So the point of a Sudoku puzzle is to fill in one number in each of these little squares, and each row, each column, and each of these bolded 3x3 boxes have to contain the numbers 1 through 9 exactly once each, and we're going to use logic to figure out where each number should go. The way I like to start is to pick a number and see if there's anything I can deduce immediately from that number. Maybe there's a 3x3 box where there's only one place that number can go. Excuse me. So like, for example, look at the bottom middle box. We have 2's already in that column in that row, so a 2 has to go either here or here. We don't know which yet, but I'm going to go ahead and pencil mark those in because this looks like a useful thing. In particular, it tells us that the 2 in this row, this bottom row, has to be one of those 2. So we can mark off 2 from there. We can already mark off 2 from there on the left. So the 2 has to go here or here. What else can I deduce? Usually there's something right off the bat where I can just fill in a box, but fill in a square, I mean. But so the thing is, there's 7 of these puzzles. It's a week long. This PDF just has a week's worth of puzzles that he wrote. And they get progressively harder, and we're on number 6 right now. So I expect the ones for today to be fairly difficult. But we can handle them. Okay, I think this might be the way to go. So, okay, so we have to have 2 in one of these 2. 8 and 9, if you look at the 9s and the 8s, they also have to go in the bottom row of this box. There's no other place for them to go. So, we know that of the 3 squares at the bottom, one's a 2, one's an 8, and one's a 9. We don't know the order yet, but this is actually quite a bit of information. For example, we couldn't put a 5 anywhere in these bottom 2 boxes, because if like this was a 5, for example, then 2, 8, and 9 would all have to go in these 2 squares, and you can't put 3 numbers in 2 squares. So that wouldn't work. That can't be a 5. In particular, 5, 5, and there's no 5 in the bottom row here because that's a 2, 8, and a 9. So we can fill in this 5 here. That was way more involved of a first step than usual. That was something. Hopefully it gets a little bit easier. We're making progress though. I guess maybe another common approach is to look at places where I already have a lot of information. This 8th row has 5 numbers filled in already, so I look at what's missing. 1, 3, 6, and 7. and then I figure out what can go where. Like I can't have a 3 or a 7 here because it's already accounted for in the column. Can't have a 3 here because it's already accounted for in this 3x3 box. So I think other than that, this can be any of the above, and this can be any of the above. So maybe that wasn't that helpful. I do think this has to be, this here has to be a 1, 6, or 7. Because 3, 4, 5 are accounted for, and then 2, 8, 9 are accounted for down here. So 1, 6, and 7 are what's left. Well, I made some progress with 5s already. Is there more progress I can make with 5s? We have to have a 5 either here or here in this box. Either here or here in this box. And the bottom, it can go, bottom right, it can go any of these 3. Bottom left can be any of these 3. I won't pencil mark that in yet. It's interesting that the top row and bottom row and left row and right row, sorry, left column and right column are all blank. We've got blank, 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 blank. That's tricky to design. I'm impressed. Let's continue looking for things we can narrow down. 7 has to go only there or there in that middle left box. Let's look in the middle. Maybe this is where we have the most information. If the edges are sparse, then maybe let's look in the middle. Okay, this isn't the middle, but 7 has to go here or here, because those are the only places it can go in this column. There's already a 7 in the middle box. Yeah, okay, but what can even go in these? What's left in the middle? 1, 4, 6, 8, 9, and you can't have a 1 or a 4 in this this column. Can't have a 1 here. Can't have a 4 here. And any of the above can go in the middle. You know, 1 also has to go up here, because boom, boom. You're off to a slow start. 4, 4, 4. I'm putting numbers in the top left corner. If I know there's only 2 places it can go in the box, this is a special notation that I had read about and have been wanting to try. Maybe this column is interesting. What's missing? 2, 3, 6, 7, 8. That's kind of a lot. Yeah, it's probably too many to get anything useful. Okay, so we have a similar thing with what I originally had with the 2s down in the middle bottom, except with 3s here. this is a 3, or this is a 3. Oh, and actually, I should have seen this a while ago. Where can a 3 go in the 7th column? Not here, because of this one. Not here, because of that one. And not here, because of that one. There's only one place a 3 can even go in that column. This should have been the first thing I found. 3 has to go right there. And now we have a number in the bottom. Great. Now what's missing in that row? 1, 4, 8, and 9. This one has to be a 1. Can't be a 4, can't be an 8, can't be a 9. Because it can 4, 8, and 9 can be seen from that box. Now we're just missing... Oop. Well, 4 can't go here or here because of this one. So this is a 4. And now this is an 8 or a 9, and this is an 8 or a 9. We don't know what order yet. Okay, now, boom, boom, boom. Only one spot of 4 can go in the middle. Okay, we're making good progress on 4s. Is there anything else we can do with 4s? Yeah, there is. Boom, boom, boom. Another 4. Okay, this can't be a 1 or a 3 anymore. Ah, which means this is the only place a 3 can go in this row. Write that more neatly. Okay, now we're making progress. I was a little stuck there because I didn't see that first step. This can't be a 1 either. Okay, so 5, 6, and 7 are missing in this this bottom right box. So I'm gonna pencil those in. We know this middle one can't be a 5, but we don't know anything else. So one of these two has to be a 4. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and pencil mark the middle one. Alright, what else am I missing? Okay, different question. Where else do I have a lot of information? I've already worried about the 8th row, but the 7th row has 5 in it as well. It's just missing 2, 5, 6, and 7. So we can go ahead and pencil mark those as well. This one can't be a 5 because there's a 5 above it. This one can be any of them, I think. Oh wait, we know where 1 has to go in this box. It has to go here. Now this box is, in total, is just missing 2, 5, 6, and 7. We're making good progress on 1s, I think. Do I want to look any further with 1s? Well, here's something. There's 1, 1, 1. So 1 has to go either here or here. But we already know 5 has to go here or here. So we actually know that one of these is a 1 and the other one would then have to be a 5. Whichever way it ends up being. Those are the only spots a 1 or a 5 can go in the top right box. So... okay, what's left now? 2, that's the eraser function. 2, 2 is the only spot a 2 can go, because it can't go in one of the spots that's a 1 or a 5. And then now this is the only place a 7 can go. Similar logic. Ooh, and that tells us a lot about this stuff down here. This has to be a 1 now. 7, 6, not a 6, not a 6, not a 6, not a 6. Oh, this can't be a 2, by the way, because we know that one of these 3 is a 2. So if a 2 went here, then we'd have nowhere to put a 2 in this 3x3 box. Got a lot going on down at the bottom there, but I think it's that's about all I can do down there, right? No, that's not. No, there's a 5 above, or there's a 7 here already. There's a 7 here, so we can finish this 3x3 box. Great. And this 7 will tell us about this box as well. Oh, and there's a 7 in the bottom as well, so this is a 5. That's not a 5. Okay, that I think maybe is as far as we can go. Aw, I didn't jinx myself again. That's too bad. Okay, but look at this. Oop. This column. There's only one spot a 5 can go, because this 5 takes up these 3. So this is the. Oh, whoa! What just happened? This has to be the 5, this has to be the 1. You can also see that just from this 5 here. We can now figure out what goes in each of the 2 columns on the right. It looks like this column 8 is missing 1, 2, and 6. Oh, so this has to be a 6 because 1 and 2 are already in this row. So, just 1 or 2. Oh man, come on. So this has to be a 1 or a 2. And then 3, 8, and 9 are what's left for the rightmost column. This one's not a 3 because there's already a 3 to the left of it. Oh, this can't be a 6 anymore. This can't be a 1 anymore. There's only one spot a 1 can go in this middle 3x3 box, and that is the very middle. Ah, which tells us which way this 1 and 2 goes. Nice, nice, nice. Nice. Ooh, okay, so where can a 2 go in this middle left box? Only here. And that's big because it tells us, it allows us to finish this bottom left box. It tells us where the 7 goes here. Oh, and we already knew where the 5 goes because of this guy. Okay, what's missing in those left columns now? The second column is missing 3, 6, and 9, it looks like. I'll pencil mark those in. This can't be a 3. This can. And this can also be any of them. The third column is also just missing 2. Looks like 3, 7, and 8. Which means this has to be an 8. 3 and 7 are accounted for. Ooh, which means we get 3 here because of this 7. 7 up here. And I think we finished 7s now. Is that all 9 7s? It looks like it. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, this can't be a 3, which means there's only one place a 3 can now go in the second column. Boom, and boom. Just down to 6 and 9. But this 6 tells us which way 6 and 9 go in this box. Now this is a 9. This now has to be a 9 because there's already a 3 and an 8 in the row. In fact, there's only one thing left in that row. This has to be the 8. This has to be the 3. This is an 8. This is going to be a 6 and a 9 in some order. Do I know which order yet? You'd have to look at the columns for this. They're in the same row and in the same box. But we don't have a 6 or a 9 in either of the columns, so we can't deduce which is which yet. We can go ahead and pencil mark 4, 6, and 8N in the leftmost column. Okay, 6, 6 means this is the only place a 6 can go in this row. We're just missing 8 and 9 now. We're really in the final stages now. Only one place a 3 can go in that middle column. That is up here. This now has to be a 4. Okay, we can resolve all these 8 9s because of this one. 8, 9, 8, 9, and these can't be 9s. And we know which way these go now because there's an 8 above this square. Yeah, I mean, at this point, it's just you look at what's left and you finish. What can even go in each square. Alright, we're done. Okay, that was a slow start, but it wasn't so bad once I got started. Sorry, my voice is weird. It's been fine earlier today. I'm gonna take a drink real fast to see if that helps. Okay, my mouth feels better now. Oops, sorry. Okay, that was number 6 out of 7. The Saturday puzzle, probably. I think this is a, well, Thomas Snyder's American. Is this British dating system? It says 2017. That's a little bit silly. But alright, the Sunday puzzle, I guess, equivalently. This is probably the hardest one. It's a playoff puzzle for the Arlington Puzzle Festival. Huh. Alright. Cool. And the theme is you've got clues along diagonals. Oh, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's cool. Yeah, and these are in order 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7, 5, 6, 7, 9, 2, 3. This one, I don't know what's up with that. Okay, let's get started. Is there anything I see right off the bat? There is. Boom, boom, boom. 7s. Anything else I can do with 7s? Doesn't look like it. What other numbers do I see a lot of? I see a few 3s. Only 3 of them, I guess. I see some 8s. I guess the natural place to look is this uses all the 8s we have, so. I wonder if 4s are useful to look at here. Yeah, so here's the thing. The reason I say 4s is because this seems nice. Since this box is filled in, this actually tells us that 4 has to go here or here, which gives us the 4 for the 6th column. Which means boom, and then these together give us a boom. So this has to be a 4. Okay. Cool. Another way to see this is that if we had put a 4 here, because the other 2 are taken, then we'd have boom, and boom, and boom, and there'd be no place to put a 4 in this 3x3 box. So we had to put it in the other option, which was here. Okay, and we can continue with the 4s over this way. And continue. We might just finish 4s here, that'd be great. I probably just jinxed it though. Oh no, I didn't. I think we are going to, if not finish, at least get really close. I just undid the 4 that I drew. Okay. That's what I want. 4, 4, 4. Yeah, we're gonna finish 4s. That's the 8th one. And when you've got 8, you can always find the 9th. Boom. Alright, that's something. We finished 4s. What other numbers are good to look at? I see quite a few 6s. We also no longer have, you know, every box looking kind of the same, so maybe we take advantage of some of the asymmetries now that we filled in some 4s. I don't really see any real good obvious ones though. I guess something like 6 here looks a lot like the 4 we had before. Ooh, better. 3 here gets us a 3 either here or here, which accounts for the 3 in this column. So now up here, can't put 3 there. It's got to be either here or here. Ooh, this is interesting. Okay, so there's only one place a 3 can go in this row. Boom, boom. I mean, one of these two is going to rule it out. Or alternatively, we already have a 3 accounted for in this column. So this here has to be the 3 in that row. Now we're just missing what? 1, 2, and 9? Pencil mark those in. This one can't be a 2. This one can't be a 9. Already in the box. Okay, so we're making progress with 3s. Maybe let's look closer at 3s. So unsurprisingly, we end up with some knowledge about the top left. What else we got? Oops, I erased the 3. There we go. 3 has to go either here or here. And then down at the bottom, boom, boom, aha! That's a 3. So now we know where 3 goes in the middle box. Now we know where 3 goes in the middle right box. That feels good. Okay. Now, there are a few rows with 5 numbers in them. Let's maybe look at these, see if we see anything. That middle row is missing 1, 6, 7, 9. Nothing too noteworthy. This one has to be a 1 or a 9. 6 and 7 already in the column. The 8th row is missing 1, 5, 6, and 9. Oh, actually 1. is blocked in 3 of them, so this has to be a 1. Now it's just missing 5, 6, and 9, which is few enough to pencil mark in, I think. This one can't be a 6, this one can be any of them, and this one can be any of them. That bottom row is missing 5, 6, 7, 9. That's not the same. That's not what I said before. 5, 6, 7, 9. So 6 and 7 already exist in this column. That's maybe the only really noteworthy one. And this this middle column is also pretty noteworthy. It's missing just 1, 2, and 9, it looks like. So we can pencil mark these. That middle top box is just missing 1, 2, 8, and 9. Okay, I don't know if these shenanigans are gonna work, but it's something. So this one, boom, means 1 has to go either here or here in that box. No other options. So this accounts for the 1 that's in this row. So we can mark off here when we're looking at 1s and also here. So 1 has to go either here or here in that box, which tells us where 1 goes in this column, sort of. I mean, there's 2 options left. So we can cross that column off, and we get a 1 down here. Okay, that did pay off. Paid off in like 1 number, I guess, but that is better than nothing. For sure. Rightmost column is just missing 2, 5, 6, 7. I guess I can pencil mark them in. There's already a lot. That one can't be a 7, this one can't be a 6, this one can be any of them. This one can't be a 2. I know I abstained from making pencil marks earlier, but it really is never bad. That's not true. It can slow you down a little bit, but at this point I'm not exactly speeding through anything, so it's definitely worth making pencil marks. That bottom row I said, what, 5, 6, 7, and 9 are missing? Already a 7 in this column, and this one can be any of them. What's this top middle box missing? 1, 2, 8, and 9? I think I said that before. If I'd pencil marked it down, I would know. Well, that can't be a 1 either. It can't be 1 or 9. I can probably erase these now. Okay, are there any other numbers I see a lot of? I see a lot of numbers kind of in the middle, like the 3 to 7 range. Just kind of in general. Does that mean anything? Not really. In classic Sudoku, the numbers are sort of interchangeable. If you switched 4s and 5s, you'd still get a valid puzzle. Just everything would be, I mean the 4s and 5s would be switched. Okay, so we already finished 4s. We're real close to finishing 3s. And I feel like there's a fair number of 7s, but now that I'm looking, we only have 4 of them so far. Maybe that's a good place to go. twos also feel like they've been in the logic a lot so far, and ones. Middle row missing 1, 6, 7, 9, I said. I'll pencil mark it. To those of you who just joined me, welcome. If you're seeing something obvious that I'm missing, then please tell me. It's fun when we work together. This can't be a 6. In fact, the only place a 6 can go in this 3x3 box is one of these two bottom ones. There or there. Ah, that middle column looks so good. I wish I could finish it. Not quite there yet. I think it'd be really useful too. So this middle bottom box. Actually. Boom, boom, we can put a 6 in there. I was gonna say, I wonder if we can create some logic, because I think this here is the only square left in that box that is not in the top row. So we know a 2 has to go either here or here, so we could mark these off. But it's kind of a moot point, because there's already a 2 in these boxes anyways. Still, we found the 6. That's good. That's even better in a way. And now we're just missing 2, 5, and 9, so I can finish pencil marking. Eights look tempting in this row. Got that and that, but still 2 options. What other numbers do I see a lot of? Or maybe at this point I should be looking for regions where I have lots of information. This column's just missing 2, 7, 8, and 9, so I can mark that in. There's lots of places where 8s are restricted, but we can't quite finish it out. Does that tell me anything? Maybe it tells me I'm barking up the wrong tree. as well finish pencil marking this middle box. So it's noteworthy that these are the only places a 9 can go in this row, because that tells us 9 can't go anywhere else in that 3x3 box, the top left one, which is useful. But there aren't really enough 9s in the rest of the grid to allow us to do anything with that yet. I mean, I could pencil mark that. Oh, whatever, you can't go wrong. 9, we have a pair of 9s there. One of those two is a 9. Now I'm looking at this box now. It's missing 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. So I guess at this point I just write in what's possible in each box. 1, 2, and 5 here, 3, 8, and 6 are taken. Just 3 and 5 here? Because 1 and 2 and 6 are already visible from that box. Okay, that's more restrictive than I expected. And then 3, 5, 6 here. I'm gonna erase these. Actually, I shouldn't. That's interesting. I'm not really sure what to make of that, but there's a lot fewer options for each of those cells than I expected. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, where can 6 go in this second column? Not here, and not here. So it has to be one of these two. In particular, this can't be a 6, because then it would rule out any 6s from that column. We have to have a 6 in that column somewhere. Oh, which now means, since this one can't be a 6 anymore, there's only one place a 6 can go in this row. And that's here. Now the row's missing 1, 7, and 9. Good. Okay. Oops. I feel like we should be able to figure out something about the bottom left box. Perhaps not. Maybe that second column is the next place to look. 1, 5, 8, and 9 are what's missing. Remember, one of these two has to be a 9, so this one can't be a 9. There's no 1 there, and there's no 1 there. Oh, look, so one of these two has to be the 1. In particular, no 1 anywhere else in this 3x3 box in the top left. So many pairs. That's nice. That's good. Some interesting logic happening. Oh. And we already knew that one of these two has to be 1 in this box, because boom. So this one can't even be the 1. This is just 5 or 8. So the only place a 1 can even go in this column is here. Which tells us this has to be a 2. Now there's only one place for a 1 to go in this top right box, which I remember because of my pencil mark, which I chose not to erase. This can no longer be a 2. This has to be a 9 now. Hey, we finished a row. Hey. Okay, what's missing in that top left box now? Looks like 2, 3, 5, and... oh, I mean, okay, 2s we can figure out. 3, 5, and 8 now. Although first, this has to be an 8. It was a 2 or an 8 before. Now these can't be 8s. Ooh, that 1, 2, 9 down there is actually right here. This is actually interesting, because this is where the 1, 2, and 9 have to go in this row now. Okay, and in the top row we get just a 3, 5 pair. I should leave this in, but... 3, 5. So just 3, 5, and 8 are missing from that box? Like this. Okay. Wait, 9 here. It means no 9 there. And in fact, it means... oops. Oops. I'll get the hang of this someday. Boom. 9 has to go in one of these two. In particular, we know which row. We know where the 9 goes in this row. So now this is no longer a 9, for example, over here. Oh, and we can mark off other 9s in this column. What's the next step? I like the 7th column here, just missing 5, 6, and 9. way they time you on these is they give you a password, but like the timer starts when they show you the password. So that, I mean, since I'm still using the same document, which is password protected, I still have to enter the password to open it. So let's see, what did we do last time? Hold on, I'm back, so I'm gonna... Okay, what did we do last time? We did the kid Sudoku last time. I've already done the X sums. And I believe we did the unique sums. I believe what we did last time was the kid Sudoku and the unique sums. And the rhombus. We did rhombus too, I think. Tell me if I'm wrong. No, we definitely did the rhombus. So I think Renbun is up, or did I already accomplish that one? I'm gonna check real fast. Okay, it looks like I did do the Renbun, and now that I'm looking, the more I'm looking at it, the more I'm remembering it, because there's the whole deal with like... And never mind, I'm not going to get into it. I'm just going to go straight to the next one, Thermo Sudoku. And Thermo Sudoku is not a... It's not a terribly uncommon one like a lot of these are. The way Thermo Sudoku works is it's like a normal Sudoku with the numbers 1 through 9. You have to fill each row, each column, each 3x3 box with the numbers 1 through 9 exactly once each. But you've got these little thermometers, and down here at the bulb, you're supposed to have the lowest numbers, and then it builds up just like a thermometer with the highest numbers at the top. So I guess it's kind of like a special case of like one of those Sudokus where they give you less than and greater than signs. I forgot what those are called. So we got some kind of long ones. This is 5, this is 5. So my strategy with most variants is to figure out the variant part first. And this is definitely the way to go for Thermo, I think. Whoa. So let's just think about what can even go. In this bottom, the highest it can be is 5, because this would have to be 2 to 6, this is 3 to 7. This is 4 to 8, this is 5 to 9, but we can narrow these down pretty well. Like this one can't even be a 6, it's 2 to 5. So this one, that means this one can't even be a 5, because it has to be lower than this thing, which is at most 5. And it also can't be a 5 because of this bottom right guy, but let's not use dashes, and let's write out all the possibilities here. See, this one can't be a 2. And the next one can't be a 3 for a similar reason. This one can't be a 6. Oh boy, and these two look like they can be anything. Maybe I should have just left it as 4 through 8 and 5 through 9. Wow, okay, I just noticed that these 5 boxes all have no numbers in them. That's extremely impressive from a puzzle writing perspective. Like, wow. Huh. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, and we can do a similar thing here. Oh no. This is 1 through 5, except 3 actually, because we can't have a 4 or a 5. This is 2 through 6. Oh hey, look. 2, 3, 5, 6. We actually can immediately deduce that this is a 4. 4. So now this can be at least 5, but it's got to be at most 7 because there's 2 numbers here and here larger than it. And I guess I can just write 5, 6, 7. That's not really any more space consuming. 6, 7, 8, 7, 8, 9 finishes us up. Okay. That's a start. We got one number filled in. The ball is rolling. The shorter ones, I'm not really sure they're worth quite filling in yet. What's maybe more worth it is for these corner boxes that we have information for. Especially these two, which already have 5 numbers in them. Let's write down what's left. So top left is missing 2, 3, 8, and 9. So this is either a 3 or an 8. If this were an 8, then this has to be a 9. Because of the little thermometer there. So that's actually... that's a pretty big deal. I mean, that means that's probably a 3, but I kind of hope it's not, because then that gives us more information. And we can fill in the rest of them as well. I mean, at this point, 2, 3, 8, and 9 are left. So even though we can't see a 2 or a 3 from here, I mean, neither of them is greater than a 3, so, or an 8. And then this here has to be 2, 3, 9. And then down in the bottom right, 1, 4, 7, 8, it looks like. So again, if this were an 8, then this would have to be a 9. There's already an 8 here anyways. This one can't be a 7. This one can't be a 1 because it's greater than the bulb. And this one can't be a 4. Wow, I think each of the numbers was ruled out once, I think. That's very unhelpful. I'm just gonna write this as 1, 2, 3. Ah, but it can't be a 4 because of the 4 we filled in. Excellent, okay. So just like the other corner, if this is a 7, that tells us this has to be an 8, and that probably, I mean, then this is a 1, this is a 4, lots of things collapse. So, it's very likely that this is a 1, but it would be nice if it was a 7. This 8th column is just missing 1, 7, 8, and 9, actually. So this one can't be a 7. There's already a 7 in the row. This one... There we go. This one can't be a 9 because there's something greater than it. I guess I should just... I guess I should just finish the pencil markings. Kind of interesting that this is 2, 3, 4, 5, and this is 6, 7, 8, 9. That's some nice symmetry as well. Good puzzle design. So, not the usual MO for this puzzle, but we do know that... Man! We do know that a 6 has to go either here or here, which tells us where 6 goes in this 3rd row. So I feel like the least I can do is pencil mark that one. The fact that we have 4 high numbers here in this middle box is good, but unfortunately there's still too much flexibility in these two for us to like make deductions based on that. Unfortunately. Oh, this one also can't be a 1 because it's greater than something. I should have seen that. Okay, wow, so this is either a 7 or an 8? That means that the thing greater than it has to be either an 8 or a 9. That's pretty good. I mean, down below the 7 or 8 could be anything from 1 to 7, except a 4 or 5, I guess, because those are visible from there. Is that worth pencil marking? I really don't want to. Maybe I should be looking at these guys. The non-straight ones are always interesting. I'm not really sure I'm getting much out of it though. This would have to be somewhere from 1 to... This would have to be somewhere from 1 to 7, 2 to 8, 3 to 9. And I don't think there's really enough ruled out. Oh, okay, maybe not. This has to be 2 to 7 because there's already a 1 in the row. Which means this one can't be a 2 either, it has to be 3 plus, but it can't even be a 3 because of that one. So it's 4 to 8. Which makes this one 5 to 9. But not even 5 because of this one. 6 to 9 isn't bad, especially when it can't be a 7 either. So I'll go ahead and mark 6, 8, 9. That 2 to 7 is still pretty rough though. Although actually we can rule 3 and 6 out. May as well be thorough. Now can we do anything similar here? Is this one facing the other way? Did it break the symmetry here? I think it did. I think it broke the symmetry. The bulb is in the middle here, which would correspond to there. Huh. So this is 1 to 7, this is 2 to 8, this is 3 to 9. Okay, this is at most 7 actually. Can't be an 8, which means this is at most 6. And it's not even a 6 because of that one, so it's at most 5. There's a lot more options for this one, but I guess I can pencil mark. Again, you gotta focus on the variant. Even here, oh man. Even here on the rightmost one, I'll go ahead and. What happens is there's this 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 thing here on the right that you can see, it has the pages, and my hand keeps hitting it when I'm trying to write. I need to figure out some way to like turn that off. Nah, I'm not gonna mess with it now. Okay, so the other thermometer, anything we can deduce here? Or I didn't finish writing these down actually. 2 through 7 except for 5, that's pretty rough. And then 3 through 9, I honestly don't even want to write that. Missing 5 and 8. Fine. That's not worse than the other one with 5. Other ones with 5 numbers in them, I guess. It's a little silly. Okay, the other thermometer, great. Okay. So again, 1 through 7, 2 through 8, 3 through 9, except those upper bounds, none of them even fit. So this is 3 through 8, this is 2 through 7, this is 1 through 6. Yeah, I think that's about it for deductions we can make about those. So 1 through 6, except not 2 or 5. Gets you that. It is really helpful to have these written down, to be honest. You'll probably see why in a moment or two. But with thermos, it's very easy for there to be groups of like 4 or 5 numbers that can only go in 4 or 5 cells, and you get like, instead of a pair, you'll get like 5 of them. So, especially the ones on the thermometers, it's good to write them down. In my opinion. So what's even left for these 3? We haven't been able to find a place for a 9. Oh! Yeah, so none of these thermometer spots can have a 9 in them. Because they're all either less than something or in the top where a 9 already happens. So 9 can't go here or here because of these. So this has to be a 9. That means this can't be a 9, and this can't be an 8, and this can't be a 7. Great. Because if like this were a 7, then in order to make the thermometer even work, we'd have to have 8, 9, and contradiction with that 9, so. That's why it's useful to write those out sometimes. One reason. Okay, bottom row. It's missing 1, 3, 4, 6, and 8. As you can kind of see already just from what's in the pencil marks. Sorry, I was distracted by the music stopping. I was hoping that it wasn't broken. But there's already a 6 and an 8 in this box, so these are straight up 1, 3, or 4, and this one can't even be a 1. So that gives us a triple here, is my point. In fact, this is the only place an 8 can go in that row. Which means this can't be an 8, which means that can't be a 7. It has to be a 1. Now we know which way the 4 and 7 ought to go. And hey, filled a thermometer correctly, as you can see, because 1 is less than 4. Now we can start marking these off. This can't be a 4 or a 7. Ah. Give me a moment, I'll get it. There we go. Can't be a 7. Oh, and this can't be a 5 now, because neither of these is greater than 5. And similar logic, this can't be a 4. Oh, and this has to be a 6, because it's the only place a 6 can go. And that's really nice, actually, because that tells... It's the lowest of these 3, and it's a 6. That's a lot. So this has to be an 8, this has to be a 7. Which tells us this is a 9. Okay, that was a nice little breakthrough there. Yeah, so the strategy of looking at the thermometers, and doing pencil marks definitely worked there. Can we mark anything vertically from that bottom right box? This is not a 1, this is not a 1, this is not a 7. This is not an 8, so it's a 9. We have a lot of 9s. In fact, look, boom, boom, and then neither of these can be 9s because they're less than things going this way. So this is a 9. Which tells me this is an 8. And we'll be able to finish this, this top left box now, I think. So this can't be a 9, this can't be a 7, this can't be a 3. This can't be a 2, which is interesting. That means this one can't be a 4, because it's not greater than a 4 or a 5. Either one. This third column, what's it missing? 1, 3, 4, and 5? Seems like we could do something with that. I'll pencil mark. They're all fairly low, too. Okay, if this were a 7, there'd be nowhere for a 7 to go in this 8th column. So that's no good. Second column is missing 1, 2, 5, and 8. This one can't be a 1 or an 8. There's not very many places a 2 can go in that box. Huh. Let's finish filling in the box. This has to be a 2 or a 3 actually, because 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A lot of stuff visible from there. 2, 4, 5 left in this row. Fill it in. That's a messy 3. This row, second row. Oh, why is it yellow? This row, the second row, is missing 1, 6, 8, and 9. And 1's the only thing that can go here. We can just pencil in 6, 8, 9 here. So what can we figure out from that 1? Nothing yet, it looks like. Oh, actually, look. 1, 1. We know these two have to be, one of them has to be a 6, and we also know one of them has to be a 1, so this is a 1 and a 6 in some order. Great. That leaves 7 and 9 for the other 3 blank squares. 7, 7, 7, 7. And then this is an 8, because there's a 9 in the same column already. This is the 9. You can erase 9 from any squares that see that one. Oh, this is a 5 now, because it can't be a 7. And this one has to be less than 5, so it's the 4. 5 is not less than 5. I mean, it's also in the same box, I guess. And now there's just one missing from that row. It's a 9? It's a 9. Well, this can't be an 8 now, because then you force a 9 above it. And now these 3 are forced to be 2, 3, and 7 in some order. This one can't be a 7, because there's a 7 directly below it. Just 1, 5, and 6 missing from this column? That was fast. Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 6 from this column on the far right. Real close to being able to separate those, but not quite. How about middle column, missing 2, 3, and 5? Pencil marks are our friends. I guess these can't really be 5 anymore, because there's a 5 in that column already. Oh, which leaves only one place for a 5. Has to be above the other stuff, so. Oh, and now we know where 5 goes in this box. This can't be a 5. Oh, in fact, we know what's left in this this column. It's 1, 2, and 8. So we can eliminate any other 1s, 2s, and 8s from the rest of the box. This can't be a 4. This can't be a 3 anymore, because if this were a 3, we'd have to have 2 and 1. And for some reason there's a contradiction with this being 2. It's with the bottom left box. There's actually only one spot left for a 2 in the bottom left box. Here. Got some nice pairs down there at the bottom too. this pair, and then this pair. We're getting really close. I think we're just 1 or 2 breakthroughs away at this point. Oh, you know what? This 5 here tells us a lot about the things higher up on the thermometer than it. This can't be a 5. This can't even be a 6. And now we have our 6, 7, 8 triple. That's where 6, 7, 8 goes in this 3x3 box. Everything else has to be 5 or less. So we can work with that now. So 4 has to go either here or here in this 3x3 box, so that accounts for the rest of the column as well. In particular, this cannot be a 4, it has to be the 2. Oh, and now we have a 1, 3, 4 pairing, or triple. This cannot be a 3. If it were a 3, there'd be only 2 numbers to go in these 3 squares, and that won't cut it. So this is the 7, in fact. This cannot be a 7. We have a pair here of 7s and 8s, so this can't be an 8, this can't be a 7, oops. I guess that's it. That's enough to tell us where the 8 goes, in that middle left box. Which resolves this 6, 8 pair. Ooh, that 6 there is nice, because this is now a 5, using the thermometer. And this, of course, has to be a 6. Which tells us about this thermometer. And this one. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I have pencil marks everywhere, don't I? I've fully pencil marked the grid. It's a good feeling. This can't be a 6. This can't be a 5. This has to be a 3. Now this is a 7. Okay, well, if this is a 4 and a 6, well, and this one has to be larger. This one has to be smaller than that one. Well, that tells us everything we need to know. Only place a 5 can go in the middle box. Only place a 4 can go in the middle row. Okay, that has to be a 1, that has to be a 4. Yeah, now we're just in finishing mode. Great, 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 great. One, two. One, 6. And we're done. Just to double check the thermometers, 3, 8, 4, 5, 8, 1, 4, 5, 6, 9, 2, 7, 9, 1, 4, 6, 7, 8, 1, 4, 5, 7, 8, 2, 4, 6 seem to be in order. Alright! Finished a Thermo Sudoku, a 10-pointer no less. Man, it looks like I have just enough time to where I can't really make an excuse to not start the last one, but it's gonna be really hard. And I'm really tired. So, I'm definitely gonna regret this, but let's go for it. I think it's a Little Killer, which is an interesting variant. Killer is one of my favorites. But here, so you can read. So apply classic Sudoku rules. Every row, every column, every 3x3 box has to have the numbers 1 through 9 exactly once each. And we have these numbers with arrows that give the sum. Like, we know the sum of these 3 here is 9 because of this arrow and sum here. Alright, let's solve it. This is the last one. We can finish it right now. Alright, so first off, let me make sure you can see the whole thing. First off, this is a 5, this is a 3. It just directly tells us that. Okay. It does look like these diagonal lines managed to dodge the numbers we already know. Then it only goes as far out this way here. I'm just kind of curious what it looks like. I guess it's kind of every other, huh? Okay, that looks kind of cool, not gonna lie. Okay. Okay, looking at the variant rules in particular, so a couple of these strike my eye. 11 is really low for 5 numbers. Note that you can have repeats along here, because, like if this is a 1 and this is a 1, there's no problem with that, no contradiction. And if you weren't allowed to have repeats, the lowest you could have with 5 would be 15, so there's going to be some repeats along that diagonal. The minimum we could get here would be, well, this has to be at least 4, just because of these. And then this one has to be at least 3. Wow, okay, so you can rule out 1 and 2 from both of them. This is at least 3. This is 1, and then maybe 1, 2 in some order. That gives us exactly 11. So 11 is actually the lowest attainable sum here, actually. So everything is minimal. So this has to be a 4. Anything else and we'd go over 11. Or break another rule, I guess. We actually can figure out this entire thing because this 2 tells us which way the 1, 2 goes. Okay, that's a great start. Very promising. We have a lot of 1s now, actually. The other one that catches my eye is this 69 is really high. What's like the highest possible? Like 17 here for an 8 and 9. And then 9 would make 26. 17 more makes 43. 9 more makes 52. Oh, this is also, it gives you the most extreme one. 69 is like the highest possible number they could have put there. Yeah, 17 times 3 is 51. Plus 9 is 60, plus 9 is 69. Wow, okay. So this is actually, each one of those marked is actually an 8-9 pair, and each of these 9s are actually 9s. So let's I'm just gonna write these more centrally. And then these are actual 9s. I guess I can circle the ones I've already used or something. Okay, so that's pretty great, actually. Oh, and this 9 now. Since we already have a 1 in this box, this has to be a 2, 3, 4 in some order. And I think we can't quite figure out the order, so this one can't be a 4, this one can't be a 3, this one can't be a 2. That's not quite enough. That just leaves the other 2 have to be a 6 and a 7 in some order. Okay. I've already used this 5 and this 3 as well. Oh, similar logic here. The lowest numbers we can put here, since we've already used the 3, are 1, 2, and 4. Okay, wow, lots of extreme. I did not expect that to work as well as it did, like any of those. Okay, what can I say about this 5, 6 here? This is at most 6, 7. That's 13. This is at most 6, 7. And this we know is 6, 7. Just because 8 and 9 are already used by the 69, so like it's kind of taken. None of the mark. I mean, these can't be. The 6, 7s can't be 8s or 9s because, oh no, I'm gonna plug it out. This way you can see the rules as well as the grid as well. This is maybe better anyways. Okay, so that gets us 39. And now one of these is an 8 and one's a 9, so we don't get quite the same same benefit we did before, but I guess they can't both be 9 anyways, because if both of these were 9, then we'd rule out both of the 9s. These both have to be 8s. That's no good. Let me write that again. If these were both 9s, we'd have boom, this would be an 8, boom, this would have to be an 8 as well. So one's an 8, one's a 9. Cool. And those 6, 7s all hold. Right, because we need to be one short. Like, the highest in theory that this could have been would be a 57, if it was possible for both of these to be 9, but we have to take a hit in one of them, which means we can't take a hit in any of the 6, 7s. So the 6, 7s are valid. 6 and 7 makes 13, times 3 is 39. Yeah, we need to make 17 with the other two, which is the best we can possibly do. So that means just by process of elimination, this guy's a 5. This guy. We got a 4 and a 5 here. Look at all those 8-9 pairs. It goes like boom, 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 boom. If we figure out any one of those, it'll tell us how all the 8s and 9s go in that chain, which is like 8 of them. That's pretty good. Pretty interesting. Okay, are there any other clues that I can get interesting things out of? So this is at minimum 5. This is at minimum 3. That gets us 13. This is at minimum 2. This is at minimum 1. That gets us 16. So one of these is 1 higher, is what I'm getting from this. So these are the bare minimum values, and that gets us 16, so one of them's 1 higher. So this is a 5 or a 6, this is a 3 or a 4, this is a 2 or a 3, and this is 1 or a 2. Except it can't be a 2, because we already have a 2 in this row. So this is actually just a 1. Okay, and I'm going to center these, because it's going to bug me if they're not centered. Okay. This 10 here is notably not extreme. 10 is going to be the average of, 10 is going to be, yeah, the average of what you would get by just adding 2 squares. So that's not gonna follow similar rules. Okay, this 40 is maybe a little extreme. The highest we can get is 6, 7, 8 here. And then 6, 7, 8 here as well, because we've already got 9 in each of these boxes. That gives us 42. So we can go 2 under for those. So either like 5, 7, 8 twice, or I'm not sure. Either 5, 7, 8 twice, or it'd be 6, 7, 8, and then either a 5, 6, 8 or a 4, 7, 8. Still a lot of possibilities. And look, this 6, 7, there's a 7 right here. I should have seen this. Six, 7. Great. Okay. This row is looking good. Just missing 5, 8, and 9. So I can pencil those in. Okay, now for the first time we can use some actual just regular old Sudoku. 3, 3, 3, boom, this is just a 3. Great. So, we still have to have one of these be higher than its minimum. Yeah, I'm not sure which way I'm leaning. It doesn't really matter. I mean, it matters for the puzzle, but like, I don't have an opinion one way or the other. What else should I be seeing? Maybe I should be looking at things like this one that can see multiple elements of this big chain here. This can see both this guy and that guy, but these two are the same, so because they're both whatever this one isn't. But if I can find something similar where they're not the same, then I can rule out 8s and 9s. Okay, time to go back to the variant portion of this. I haven't really used the 40, let's uncircle that. Middle column is missing 5, 6, 8, 9. That's few enough to pencil mark. Okay, back to looking at the variant. Kind of wondering what's up with this 40 still, to be honest. This can't be a 9. So we know nothing on this 40's diagonal can be lower than 4. Because the max we can get is 6, 7, 8, 6, 7, 8, because the 9's are already taken in both boxes. And then that gets us 42, so we can go 2 lower than that. So we could move one of the 6's down to a 4, but no lower. Okay, so a 3 cannot go here. A 3 has to go either here or here. Either way, 3's taken for this row, so this has to actually be just a 2. And now we can finish this 17. This actually is a 6, in order to make this add up to 17. 1 and 2 is 3, and 5 makes 8, and 3 makes 11, 6 makes 17. Those 5's are interesting because they are a step down from anything in the 6, 7, 8 that's possible there. Could it be that both of these sets of 3 here are 5, 7, 8? That'd be kind of interesting. Okay, here's a kind of weird idea. The stuff I have circled adds up to 40, right? if we add these as well, that'll make 56, and then add these 66, 69, 75. So the sum of these and these has to be 15. Because we know these two 3x3 boxes have 1 through 9 each, and 1 through 9 adds up to 45, so the total should be 90. I don't think that gets us anywhere, though. I guess I'll keep that in mind. But I don't think it's helpful. Yeah, this 38 here is similar to the 40. Except not so similar, because 9s can actually go there. Its max possible is you could have 7, 8, 9 here, and then 6, 8, 9 here, which give you like 47 or something. Which is a lot farther from 38 than I would like. Okay, we can at least figure out where 6 goes here though, and 6 can't go here because of this diagonal. This tells us which way the 6 and 7 go now.
I feel paralyzed.
We can maybe say some more things about that 3x3 box, the middle top one. In particular, the 1 and 7 have to go in the rightmost column. So this is, one of these two is a 1, one of these two is a 7. What's even left in that column? 1, 4, 5, 7, and 8. Okay.
Now I know it's over. I see you passing by, hand in hand, with your perfect light. I'm body, a ghost town, feels like someone cut my tongue. I didn't know a heart could die this young. Oh, now when I look in your eyes, I feel paralyzed.
Okay, so we have an 8 either here or here, so an 8 can't go in this set. That leaves not very many options in the middle bottom box. Oh, I got a comment. I think you could get some good info from the top right 9 edition spot, maybe. Yeah, okay, that's a good idea. I haven't really looked at that one yet. So yeah, especially because we have a lot of stuff in this top first row 8th column box. Okay, so what's even left? 1, 3, 8, and 9 could possibly go there, but not 9, because then this would have to be a 0. Also not 8, because then this would have to be a 1. So that's either a 1 or a 3, and this is either a 6 or an 8. Oh look, 6. Great. Thank you. Good eye. This is an 8, this is a 1. Now this can't be a 1. This is the only spot. This is the only spot for a 7. This has to be an 8 or a 9. Only spot a 5 can go. Ooh, we're gonna get to collapse all the 8s and 9s. Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, that was the missing piece. I was looking at the other stuff. This has to be a 5 now. There we go. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, so this is 2, 4, 7 missing in this row. Boom and boom. Okay, 9, 9. I'll circle this because I've used it. I haven't used this 21 yet, actually. There's probably still a little bit more work to do. Oh, this is an 8. Because there's a 9 in like every direction. This is a 2 or a 3. Okay, so this, we have to have a 2 either here or here, so this is not a 2. Oh wait, we have an actual 5 here. That's some information. Oh, and there's a 6 off this diagonal here. So I think this cannot be 6, 7, 8 because there's already a 5, and this cannot be 6, 7, 8 because there's a 6 off it. So they're both 5, 7, 8. That's the max we can get. So this is 5 because of this guy. And now this is 7, 8 in some order. It's that order because of this guy. And now what are we missing? 3 and 6. Bottom left 10. Yeah, maybe. Once I get a little more stuck. This is a 4 or a 5. Yeah, okay, good enough. Let's look at the 10. So, looking at this. Well, okay, it's not 2 and 8 because of this. Okay, let's just pick one and figure out what can go there. Here, we can put a 2 or a 4 or a 9. Which means here we have to have a 1 or a 6 or an 8. But not an 8. So this isn't a 2. I think we still have 2 options. So almost there? Okay, so this is, we know which way these go. Because of this 5. Now we're just missing, what, 2 and 4 down there? Oh, and this is a 5. Oh, and this 38 we can use now. What is that last number? 5, 6, 7 makes 18. Plus 9 makes 27. Plus 5 makes 32. So this is a 6. Now we're missing 3 and 4. Ah. Move. There we go. Now we're missing 3 and 4 because of this one. It's this way. Now this is a 2. This is a 4. This is a 1. Oh, and we can place the 6 and 7 as well. Oh, and these 2 columns just have 1 left. What's left? A 5 and a 6. And this is either a 3 or a 4. Okay. Oh, but we can use this 21 to figure out which. 4 and 5 and 8 makes 17, so this had better be a 4. Better be. Okay, and we can sort these two as well. Ah, now this can't be a 4. It's got to be the 1-9 combination. Good, okay. 3, 4, and 8 go here. So 8, 3, 4. We're basically done now. Really, the thing left to check is to just, I mean, I guess we've already used the 10, to make sure the 19 adds up. We shouldn't even need to use that clue, to be honest. The 7 is the only thing missing from that column, and 2 from this row. Now a 5 and a 6 in this order. And that does indeed add up to 19. Okay, so that's our check. This is probably right then. Whew! That wasn't actually so bad. That took us, what? Half an hour? It was a team effort, but, half an hour is not bad at all. That was pretty good. Yeah, I like this variant. Interesting. If I had to pick an overall favorite, I'd probably say Killer. So, it makes sense that Little Killer would appeal to me. Although I'm not entirely sure why it's called that. Just using diagonals instead of cages, I guess. I don't know. Okay, and it looks like everything adds up. Double checking myself. I can't add all these in my head. That 69, it's the biggest possible. That's pretty funny. Cool. Cool. Yeah, it was a team effort though. The thing is, like, I think we kind of relied on that. I think the puzzle did rely on this 9 area up here, and I think it would have taken me like another 15-20 minutes if I was just on my own. Which I'm glad it didn't, because I'm really tired. Yeah, so it's 11 here, which means I'm done. Thanks for stopping by. I enjoyed this one. Unfortunately, this Pentakaideka contest is over, so I don't know what I'm gonna do next. I guess that's a good thing and a bad thing. Fortunately and unfortunately, I get to decide what to do next. But hey, we finished. That's a good feeling. I'll be back on Wednesday, same time, next Wednesday, the 16th. Yes, the 16th. Yeah, it's been fun. See you then. Thanks for watching.